Today we're going to review a store pick from Cedartown Liquor in Cedartown, Georgia. Mike sent me this one. It's a store pick that he did. I've been pretty fond of everything he's done so far. Let's see what I think about this one today. Let's do this. So welcome back to Brutally Honest Bourbon. Today we're going to review Jefferson's Reserve. This is a pick that Mike at Cedartown did. So this is a single barrel, very old straight bourbon whiskey. Barrel 949, bottle 297, 50% alcohol, 100 proof. Cedartown Liquor and Trout's Beverage went in on this one. A little story about Jefferson's and me. So I found out about Jefferson's about 2 years ago. I was over at my brother-in-law's house. We were there for the holiday, and his boss had brought by a bottle of Jefferson's Ocean Age. I'd never heard of it. We had a pour of it. We all really liked it. Had another pour. I was like, man, this stuff's really legit. Well, that night we were going to look at Christmas lights. You ride a little tram around through this huge park over there and look at all the Christmas lights. And I was like, Caleb, we need to take that with us. He's like, man, grab that stainless steel water bottle and we'll take it. So between his brother, and myself, we polished that bottle off that night. Really liked it. So I bought a bottle and I like it. I don't go to it as frequently as I probably should. If I'm being honest, I'm not real sure where my bottle's at. It's somewhere in here, but I need to get back to it. I've been pretty fond of it. I've heard a lot of people talk about the Ocean Age stuff and they say it tastes salty, or I don't know. I've never gotten that off of it. I thought it was just pretty decent whiskey. But anyway, went over to Cedartown maybe a month or so ago and did a little video there for Mike in the store just to kind of show you guys what he had going on. And I said, you know, as time goes through, you have more barrel picks and stuff, because he does several barrel picks a month. I was like, you ever want me to review one of them, let me know. And so he hit me up the other day and said, hey, I got one for you. So I went by and grabbed it, and we're going to see what we think about it. Now, I did tell Mike, I said, I'm going to be 100% honest, and it's only my opinion, right? So that's something for you guys to keep in mind as well. I am not Fred Minnick. I am not a professional. So, you know, just because I say something is delicious doesn't mean that you're going to like it. And just because I say that it's not for me doesn't mean that you're not going to like it. So you very well may like things that I don't like, and vice versa. And that's fine too. Nice cork pop. I like that cork. That's nice. The bottles are nice. You know, I love how they're slender. I mean, you could probably stock up several of those on the shelf if you set them that way. The color of it, I mean, it's got a pretty decent color to it. I don't have a great memory. Did we read an age statement on it? Because I don't believe it's age stated. This is just your government labeled bottle for Jefferson's Bourbon Company. Must be 21, yada, yada, yada. Very old Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. I mean, I don't know what they consider to be very old, but I guess we'll check it out and see what we think. Now, I am a fan of the thought that I'd prefer whiskey without a label. I know we can't do that, right? But I do think so many times we go into a store and we get caught up on that's only 9 year, that's only 6 year, or ooh, that's a 14 years. Got to be an amazing. And a lot of times that'll throw you for a loop. And then you start looking at all the different ways that people are aging whiskey, and that can throw you off too. I come across a 3-year whiskey the other day that was dark as motor oil, and it has to be aged in smaller barrels or something, right? Something's going on there, but the whiskey was really good. And that's all that matters. At the end of the day, what's in that bottle is all that matters. So we can talk about whether it's bottled in bond, or whether it's double oaked, or whether it's sourced, or whether it's finished, or does it really matter? Like, it doesn't to me. It just matters to me that I like what's in the glass, what's in the bottle, what I'm drinking. So there's your color on it. Nice amber color. If I'm guessing, I'm thinking this is like a 4 to 6 year product, but I don't know. I haven't studied it. You guys may know better than I do. I haven't tasted it yet, so that could tell us a different story, but I'm guaranteeing you that these things aren't 10 or 12 years old, but maybe I'm wrong. Let's see what it's like on the nose. Okay, so it's real like honey forward, little bright sweet fruit. I'm getting like berries off of it, maybe raspberries, honey and oak. All in all, I like the nose on it. So let's see what we think about the palate. Cheers. Try that one more time. That was my first sip of the day, and it hit extremely pleasant. I want to take another sip just to see. My goodness, that is very good. That's a very good whiskey. It does not taste very old. It doesn't taste really young either. I'm gonna guess 6 to 8 now that I've tasted it and smelled it. It's got a fairly strong nose on it. Like, you don't have to dig for the aroma or the flavor. The palate picks up exactly how the nose does, in my opinion. It's sweet, but it's not finished or artificially sweet. You can tell it just really pulled some sweetness from the barrel. There are some barrel characteristics there. It's got a little leatheriness to it. It's oaky. It's not crazy oaky. I mean, I think this could be a crowd pleaser. I think that, the majority of people just wanting a nice little sip in the afternoon. You get off work, you want something to come home to. I think that's your bottle. I don't know. If you guys have had that, let me know what you think about the Jefferson's Reserves. Obviously, this is a single barrel pick for them, and it very well could have just been a one-off banger. But Mike, good job so far, guys. I've been by Cedartown, and I've had, this may be my 5th or 6th a single barrel that I've tried of theirs. Mike and my palate line up. So in my opinion, Mike has an excellent palate. That's not a factual thing to say that Mike's palate is excellent, but in my opinion, if I walk in his store and I see a barrel pick that I'd like, I don't even have to try it. I'd buy it. I trust his palate that much so far, until I start getting some that throw me off. But the good thing is he's got them open and you can try them. So I'm always a sucker for that. I really like how that thing hits like initial. So let's dig into it. Let's talk about it. Let's rank it. On a 5 beard scale, I just had a really good finish there. Picked up some light hints of tobacco. Still got that sweetness rolling through. This is going to be a good one right here, guys. So on the nose, I'm going to give it like a 4.2. 4.2 on the nose because it's nice. It's pleasant. It's not too ethanol forward. I like it. We'll call it 4.25, right? That's just really nice, man. That's really nice. On the palate, it's got just enough viscosity to make me happy, so it doesn't come across real thin. It's very concentrated in flavor. I wish the finish was a little longer, but it has a decent finish to it. So on the palate, I'm gonna give that thing, we'll give it a 4.3 on the palate. 4.3. We'll give it 4.3. And on the finish, I'm enjoying every sip, y'all. This thing is really good. Okay, so on the finish, I'm gonna give it a 4 flat, because it has finish, not quite as long as I'd like, and it does leave you with a little bittery, like your tongue's just a little bitter at the end. It's not off-putting. I don't dislike it. That's something in whiskey that I can appreciate as long as it's done right to my liking. All in all, this bottle right here, it's gonna be, a four beard bottle, maybe just a fuzz better than a 4 beard bottle, meaning that I would definitely buy this bottle and keep it on my bar. And depending on availability, I might just go ahead and grab a backup, because this is crushable. Like, you and a couple buddies one night sitting around smoking some cigars, y'all gonna polish that off. I promise. Look, guys, that's my take on this thing. Mike at Cedartown. If y'all get to Cedartown, Georgia, you need to check out his picks. I'm hoping to work with him on some picks in the future. I was very nervous to review this bottle from Mike. He asked me to review it. I didn't want to dislike it, but I'm gonna always be honest with you guys. So luckily, I really liked it. I'm brutally honest. I promise you guys, I'll never lie to you. It's my opinion. That's all it is. But I will always give you my honest opinion. Now, I do think in the past, I probably sugarcoated my opinion some on the ones that were just okay. Maybe I should have been a little bit more abrasive, because some were just really not for me. But any that I've totally disliked, I've let you know that. So there's a few other reviews coming out soon that you'll see that I dislike some bottles. And it was first time for me. Like, I just tried them. So I don't dig into bottles that I've already tried that I know I dislike. I don't review those. So if that's something that you guys would like to see, let me know, and I'll start putting those together too, and I'll review them and give you my thoughts. And heck, maybe I'll learn something like I did with the Penelope Toasted and the Architect. I didn't like it originally. First crack, I would have told you no way. Come back to it 4 months later, and I really liked them. So it could be something that maybe I need to try too. But I just hate to review a bottle that I already know I dislike. I'd rather review a bottle that I've never had on a fresh crack and give you guys my first take on it. So anyway, I want to thank the patrons for everything that you guys do. If you all haven't looked over at our patrons, please do that. Let me know if that's something you might be interested in. Looking for all the support we can get going forward in 2025. And if there, if the way that thing is laid out, if there's something needs to be updated or changed, or there's something else that you would like to see tweaked in there, let me know, man. It's wide open. It's something that I'm offering to you guys, first off. Like anytime we have barrel picks coming available, I'm going to let you know about those first. When I publish a video, I'm going to send it over to you guys first. Hopefully you guys will give me some feedback if something's wrong with the video and it's terrible, and I can correct that before we go public. That's a little bit of a scratch my back and yours, right? You scratch mine, I scratch yours. But look over at the Patreon. If you want to chat with me, brutallyhonestbourbon@gmail.com is the best way to get me. You comment on these videos. I'm pretty quick to respond on those. And you can hit me on all the social platforms, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and I'll respond to those too. So appreciate you guys tuning in. And for this review, Jefferson's Reserve is going to be for you, boy. I like that bottle. It's crushable. I could see myself coming home and drinking that. Is it fantastic? Is it just like knock your socks off wonderful? No. It's a very solid bottle. It's a very good pour and a very affordable pour as well. I don't know the price of it. I don't remember, but I do remember it being affordable. So check out Mike at Cedartown. Until next time, let the friendship and whiskey flow. Cheers. Yep.